living my chud life, waiting on my chud wife. She's getting dinner. She already made it. She's just bringing it downstairs, and well, we're waiting on one last thing in the oven, which is why I'm not helping. Ooh, I've got backlight. I've got like light on me from the from a Google Doc I got open. I was doing some dorky autistic stuff with world building because I remembered my old D&D world, and I never like made an actual world map for it like all together. So I drafted one up in MS Paint last night and today, and then the day before that, and that earlier that day, and maybe the day before that too, I got really hooked on this game with like maps called Dummy Nation. It's kind of like Risk, but more complicated. I'm so autistic about Risk. Put that up here. Makes my hairline look a little better and a little less Asmongold-y. Okay. Well, then I have a harder time looking at the camera. I'm sorry, Tubes. I'm sorry. I know. You expect more out of me. You want more out of me. I expect more out of myself. I've just been really addicted to my little Cold War game. So basically, I do like a couple months of the Cold War, and I write out like what happens, and then I try and change the timeline based on like countries taking different actions, and some of it I like write out as being like different world leaders who are in places at different times. Like Nixon would establish a dictatorship in the U.S., but then he'd get really close with Brezhnev, and that would actually alleviate Soviet-U.S. tensions quite a lot in the 70s. Just like silly, weird shit. And then I worked a bunch on my world building stuff. I was up till like almost 4 in the morning last night. Don't tell my wife. I was having a lot of fun. I've been really creative lately. It's really weird. I could be getting a little manic. It is springtime, and I've been unemployed for a second. I might be unemployed, just period. I still have not gotten an email back. My boss can't do anything with me in the system. I don't know. It's cringe. And I've tried emailing people. Like, I don't have an actual line to call. I would know because I talked to the line twice and it was a robot. Oh my god, actually, the line would hang up on me. It was like comedically bad. I'm pretty sure it's one of those things where they try to get you to just quit or get fired instead of taking the medical leave because they don't want to deal with it. I fucking hate working for a mega corporation, but I need money and I'm a little whore. I guess I could try making myself into a marketable plushie. I mean, look at me. Don't you think wouldn't you buy a stuffy of me? Just like don't put it in a jar or cut a hole in it, please. I think the mustache would be a funny thing. Oh, stuffed animal. Actually, I talked to Danny the other day about like, cause like we need revenue income streams. And I'm thinking about if I have time off from work, I can get really busy about my music stuff, and then I can look at getting a new job, which that one should be first ahead of the music. Music doesn't make any money. What else could I do? I don't have very many like marketable hobbies or skills. I could try streaming. I could try like streaming like gameplay or something. I just the YouTube is a lot easier like with the videos because if I say something dumb, I can cut it. Like the other day, I accidentally doxed myself and then I just replaced the name of some stuff and it was all better. I was a little silly, funny guy. Sorry, my nose is so stuffy. I think I've got allergies or something. I was just upstairs. But you know what? It could be I had a very strong whiff of raw onion. That could also be tickling my nostrils. Yeah. Last time I talked about being worried about my job, and then I'm backed out on the house. Like with all the paperwork and everything, it was too much. They couldn't fix it. So I'm not gonna get to buy a house. I'm probably gonna be unemployed. If my parents are still gonna kick me out. And now I'm out like $600. I've got no money. I'm not stressing about it. When my parents were like, hey, you need to start paying $600 of rent. I was like, okay. To count down until how long I have to live in my car. And then my wife was very much against the idea, particularly because she has cats, and we don't know where the cats are going to go. We especially don't know now because we're not buying that house. Um, but we'll look at other houses, and I got to start applying for jobs in the meantime because I need to be employed. There's just nothing around where I live. Even for what I was doing, I was like, it's like a 20-minute drive. It's not bad, but like most people for like a good job like around here, like 30-40 minutes, 40 plus minutes for commutes is not uncommon. I see like 50-minute or an hour commutes sometimes. Those people scare me. Like I used to work at I talked about my biomedical factory experience. I had this manager who was this real soulless asshole. um, just like kind of like American Psycho. Like he talks, but there's nothing behind his eyes. Like there's no person there. Well, and like so I wear a lot of band tees, right? And it's because I'm really autistic about like logos, and so I'm like, oh man. Growing up, I'd only wear like stripes and flannels and patterns, and I wouldn't wear anything with logos. I would throw it away. Actually, well, I'd give it to my younger brother because he really liked branded stuff. He's such a little, oh my god, I forget the word. It's those people who do the chin stuff and like I think the looks maxing. Yeah. He unironically like subscribes to some of that ideology, and he just had a kid, so uh that that kid is fucked, by the way, because he's like super racist, and he just had a mixed race daughter. Oh my god, first word he's trying to teach her is the N word. I wish that was a joke. And it's crazy because she's starting to get to the and normally like a mama, like normally it's an sound, instead of a n that babies come up with first, because it's so easy. But he, through sheer force of will, is teaching his daughter to press her tongue against her upper palate. It's just, he's such a little shithead. I don't. I talked to someone the other day, and she was like, "I think people need to have a license to have kids." I'm sorry if that's controversial, and no, it should be. I mean the real conversation, like the real sit down, is that most people at this point in time, most people in a lot of history who had kids weren't ready for kids. But historically, if you were bad enough, the kids would just die. Now there's just enough safety nets that those kids can get old enough to reproduce and abuse more kids. And then it's a vicious cycle, you know? It's not good. Um, Oh shit, okay, I fucked up. Alright, whatever. Okay. Tangent about my racist ass brother aside. Alright, so my manager, right? I wear a lot of band tees because, so growing up I hated brands, and then I got into music when I was like a late teen, which I kind of might be a standard experience. I went to a Metallica concert, and I thought that was really cool, and then in the years after that I thought they were way cooler. Um, I wear the band tees because it's like, oh, I have to brand myself in a capitalist society. I'll pick something that I like, um, and I think it looks cool too. Although I will be honest, guys, don't tell anyone. This is the one time I'm a poser. I'm not a very big Iron Maiden fan. Like Aces High is pretty cool. That's what the shirt is, and obviously I'm a sucker for the Trooper. Uh, and I like Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner. But I'm not a super. I'm not a. I'm repping Iron Maiden, but I'm not a big Iron Maiden fan. Oh, my wife's coming. Um, Basically, long story short, I was walking around with a Metallica shirt on, and Albert was like, "Hey, do you even know who Metallica is?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I fucking love Metallica. Actually, I went and saw them in like high school." And the moment I realized he like wasn't paying attention at all, like the moment he stopped talking, that's when I realized, oh, this guy really doesn't care about me. Like he saw me, and then had his little quip. but then the moment I have my own identity, it's like, oh, disassociate from this person. And it was interesting because I could identify it a lot better from there on, and a lot of the time he wouldn't talk directly to the staff himself. He would have like his little buddy, like his little side manager, do it. She was a very angry lesbian woman, very butch, and she was just very mean, very scary. I talked about this before. She always picked on this one poor autistic guy named Justin. He's big and glasses, and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry." It's like he did his job a lot better than me too. Like he fucked up a little bit, but like I was terrible at my job. They hated me. I wonder if they were trying to like sass me out of there or something. I don't know. They got rid of me eventually. I was terrible at my job. They would have gotten rid of me eventually, anyways, though. Yeah. You know, it is good though. I had a lot of fun making a map in MS Paint to draft up what my world would look like. It's not very good or detailed. Like it only differentiates between tropics, non-tropics, desert, and mountain. Oh, and there's oceans and like water, but it doesn't like dictate the terrain between like grasslands and forests and meadows, and grottos, and plains and hills. I did put little indicators on to remind me where the swamplands are. Wetlands are cool. I love swamps. I don't know why. They scare me though. It's like I enjoy them from afar, because like bugs are icky and leeches are so scary. Not the point. Alright. I need to go eat food. I hope everyone has a great day, or at least a better day than I'm having. My day is not bad though. I'm having a pretty good day. Yeah. Love yourselves and tell someone you love them.